Okay, I want to take you through question 1A in Auros, paper 2. So this is the way that I use when we answer questions when we are dealing with Auros. Now, the first thing that we do in question 1A is that we count the number of bits from the speed of the crochet. So for the first thing up for question 1A, we count. For example, if you are given a rhythm like this, I want to play some rhythm. If you are given a drum rhythm that goes this way, that is the speed. Then so the first thing that you do is that you count the number of beats. For example, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You find that there are 8 beats. So kwa answer sheet yako, you write 8 crochets. Not 8, 4. Divide by 2. So 8 divided by 2, you'll get 4. And once you write your 4 crochets, I don't know if you are seeing the 4 crochets that I have written there. So the 4 crochets, once you write them down like that, then the next playthrough, now get the individual or specific notes that you've had. So for example, in this one, there was ta, 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 ti, ta, 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 ti, ta. So in your answer sheet, you will come to the first crochet. The crochet still remains to be the crochet. Then the next one is still a crochet. But the third one, you divide it into 2 because it is 30. So it is ta, 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 ti, ta, 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 ti, ta. That is a very easy one, but we want to use it as an example. That once you listen to the number of beats, count them, divide by 2, write, put time signature and bar lines. Then you get the rhythms as you hear them. Whatever you don't hear, you leave it like that. If the number of crochets is 12, then it means that your time signature will be 3, 4. And therefore you'll have 6 crochets. You put time signature, that will be 3, 4. Therefore, the first 3 crochets and the next 3 crochets. Then once the rhythm plays again, you now be able to divide the rhythms as you hear them. The reason as why we insist on writing your 6 or 4 crochets is to make your listening easy. In fact, when you have your beats, it is easy to say that beat 1 was divided into maybe 2 quavers, or maybe into a quaver and 2 semiquavers, or maybe into 2 semiquavers and a quaver. It becomes easy, so that as you listen to the third and fourth playthrough, you are able to tell how were these crochets played. Did they remain to be crochets? Were they divided into 2? Were they divided into 4 quavers, or whichever? Therefore, I want to insist that number 1, listen to the speed of a crochet, count, divide by 2, write your crochets down, put time signature, put repeat marks, and then listen. Then you can also remember that the question 1A deals with the divisions of a crochet. You should know all the divisions of a crochet. Right from the crochet, 2 quavers, 4 semiquavers, a quiver and 2 semiquavers, and all those crochets, a triplet, all those rhythms are what you expect. The most common beats ni hizi. The first one is this one. We normally call it strawberry. That is a quiver and 2 semiquavers. Strawberry, strawberry. Some people call it ta, 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 ta. Or you can call it whichever word is easy for you to remember. Then the opposite of that, barbecue, or ta. Then there is another one which is very common, a dotted quiver and a semiquaver. Cold, cold, and cold, and cold. So it is called ta, ta, ta. So clap those rhythms regularly, and you'll be able to get, once you hear them, it is easy for you to understand what you've heard. So in question 1A, if the crotchet is the beat, count the number of beats, divide by 2, write them down, write whatever division you hear. If the the basic beat is a quaver, then it means that time signature will be 3/8. And when the time signature is 3/8, it means that once you listen to these beats, whatever you hear, listen in terms of crotchets. Then once you are through, divide everything by 2. Not divide, make everything a half. For example, if you had something, maybe a beat, which we can call a crotchet, then once you write it down, if the quaver is the basic beat, you have to divide it by 2, it will become a quaver. So for example, ni kama, so that is hot cocoa, hot tati cocoa. Therefore, when you write it down in terms of crotchets, once umemaliza kuandika crotchets, make everything become a half. And once everything becomes a half, then you have the answer. And when the quaver is the pulse, there will be 12 beats. And divided by 2, that will give you 6 beats. And therefore, there are 6 quavers. And in these 6 quavers, you will take the first 3 quavers, put a bar line. The next 3 quavers, put a bar line. Then as you listen, ensure you are able to get the divisions of the quaver or the crotchet or whatever will be given as the basic beat. I want to go to question 1B.